Now, how are we going to figure out when we want to end a table row? Well, we know that we want to end it after Saturday, right? And then begin a new one. So we want to end it after Saturday and begin a new one on Sunday. So that's really what we're doing. We're saying, oh, we'll start a TR right before the Sunday one and end it after each Saturday. Well, we can use that same GetDay method that we used before, right? When we use this GetDay method, it returns a numeric value. And Sundays are 0 and Saturdays are 6, right? The numeric values that it returns are 0 to 6, with Sunday being 0 and Saturday being 6. So here in this, before this loop, well, as we're looping and I is changing, we can ask each time, is this a Sunday? If it is, add an opening TR tag and ask, is it a Saturday? Then we can do a closing TR tag. So let's do that. Now, I won't tell us which day of the week it is, and calendar date won't tell us because calendar date is only one day. So we're going to actually have to change this day. So remember how we did the day value? What we did is we created this day object and we used day 1, and that gave us the first month. So we're going to use this day object and we're just going to simply change it to I, right? So this will be the right year, the right month, and now if we set it to 3, it will be the 3rd day of that month in that year. So we can simply change that day value each time through the loop. And we'll use that with the set day method, right? Or set date method. And we want to set that date to I. And that will change it from the first to the whatever value of I is. So it will actually start out as the first, but then the next time through the loop, it'll be the 2nd day of the month. The next time through the loop, it'll be the 3rd day of the month. And then we can say, okay, well, if that's the case, what is the weekday? Once we've set the date the way we want it, then we can say, let's change the weekday to be equal to this current one, which is day.get day. So we get the day for this current one. So again, on the 1st, it'll say get the day, and it'll return the day of the week that it is on the 1st. Then the next time through the loop, it'll be the 2nd. We'll set that date to the 2nd, and we'll say, okay, what's the day now? And so as it loops through here, it's asking it every time, what's the day, what's the day? And then we can say if, and here we can do a condition. We can say if weekday is equal to, and let's use the equal to value and type, and if that's equal to 0, we know it's Sunday. Okay, and we're only going to do one thing. What we're going to do is print out the TR. Now, the way we've been doing if statements is like this. So we would do HTML code plus equals a TR tag. That's the opening TR tag. We want to add that every time it's a Sunday. But because this is one line, we can use a shortened version where we don't use the curly braces. And this is the way the textbook does this line. So I want to show you how that works. What we can do is we don't need, because it's only a single line, we don't need the curly braces. And the curly braces identify a block of code, which works when you have multiple lines. It also works if you have a single line, and I use it a lot even when I just have a single line, but it is not required when all you have is a single line. So we can ask the question, if weekday is equal to 0, then do this single line of code right here. And so we'll write it just like that. So it's an if statement without the curly braces to identify the block. And then we write the TD, and we're going to do this every time, right? We're only going to do this when it's Sunday. We're going to write this every time. It's not part of any if statement, so we'll do it every time through the loop. And then we'll do the same thing for a closing tag. We'll say if weekday is equal to 6, then we want to add to the HTML code a plus equals a closing TR tag. So we do the closing TR tag only on Saturdays. So this part we do every Saturday. All right, let's see. Let's go take a look. So we refresh. That is so much more what we expected. Look at that. We added a closing TR tag after every Saturday and an opening TR tag before every Sunday. And then it lays out across the month. Now let's just, for fun, let's change it to a different date. Let's say, let's go back to June. So if we go up here and our date is set to August, let's set it to June just to see what happens, because that has a different number of days, right? So now we refresh. What do we get for June? June started on Friday and has 30 days. So it is showing up different. It has 5 blank days. Let's change it to February. See what happens in February. And refresh. And we get February. First of February in 2018 was a Thursday, and it had 20 days. It wasn't a leap year in 2018. That's not equally divisible by 4. So it's not a leap year. Looks like we can get rid of the howdies, right? We're not going to need those now, because now we can see them when they're happening, because the other ones come after. So where did we have howdy? Oh, right there. So we can get rid of it and just make them empty ones. And then we refresh. Okay, let's go back to our August date. So we're matching what the textbook is doing, but there we were able to check it, right? And to make sure that it was working based on the actual month or year that was being used.